Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kwadash. That's the true power of heaven and earth in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone who taught us this truth and continually teach us this truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful elect that's laboring in this word in truth and sincerity. Lord willing, this could be an edifying video, and it's not going to be a long video. All right, the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is bringing Esau down. Okay, this nigga Esau is being knocked off the throne, man. See what's going on right now. Trump is supposed to sign this agreement with Iran. All right, which Trump is at his G7 summit right now, but you know, there's talks that there's a 14-point peace plan between the United States and Iran. And, you know, when you look into it, when you listen to these different analysts that speak on it, it's pretty much Babylon surrendering, because they're talking about a $300 billion reconstruction in Iran, which would be like reparations. They're talking about they're going to have to release all of Iran's frozen money, beginning with $24 billion being unfrozen and sent to them. They're talking about, all the war fronts will stop, including the war front in Lebanon. And they're saying that if Israel doesn't stop the war in Lebanon, that Iran is going to hold the United States accountable, because I forget the guy's name. I was just looking at an article on it. Some guy in Iran, he said that they fully know that Israel doesn't do an attack or anything without getting clearance through the United States. And I was listening to Larry Johnson earlier, which I'm going to listen to some more of them, and, you know, some different analysts. There's videos coming up later. I'm going to listen to Pepe Escobar. But Larry Johnson was saying, I think because the deal is supposed to be, I think, signed Friday. But he was like, I just don't see it happening. I see things, just fully escalating by the end of this week. And as you see right here, the Israeli National Security Minister, Ben Gvir, declares Israel is not subject to the United States and is not bound by the Iran memorandum. So they're not going to stop fighting in Lebanon. Okay? They're not going to stop. And Babylon can't utterly forsake Israel, because they need Babylon to keep this war going. Okay? They need Babylon to help fight against Iran, to help fight with Iran's proxies. Okay, so, them tiny, and then on top of that, if the war ends, Bibi fully knows that he's going to prison. All right, so they're not going to stop the war. Okay, this is beautiful. And this is straight out of the scriptures. I'm going to go ahead and grab it. We always bring this out. This is Jeremiah chapter 50, verse 45. Therefore, hear ye the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, that he have taken against Babylon, which this Babylon would be America. All right, you're not going to find America in the scriptures. Okay? If that was the case, we wouldn't have the Bible. The Lord has it written in code, man. All right, Babylon just means confusion. Okay? And isn't America a confused land, a land of confusion? You got women talking about they're not women. I spoke with a bitch talking about she's neither male nor female. She's non-binary. That's confusion. All right? Men wanting to be women and women wanting to be men. Even people in the world, say how women are the new niggas. I seen a video. This bitch was in some sandals, cooking on the grill, while smoking, and people in the world was like, yeah, women are the new niggas, Well, that's not to say, a woman can't cook on a grill, but it was the way she did it. You know how it is at a Jake cookout, at like a family reunion, how you got that granddad with those certain kind of slippers, them certain kind of sandals that, be on the grill. Pretty much that's what she was doing. You got men painting their nails and shit. This is the land of confusion, man. Which Isaiah, the 24th chapter, goes into that. The land of confusion is broken down. And this place is broken down. The U.S. dollar has lost 30% of its purchasing power in the last 6 years. This place is on its way out. All right. It says that he have taken against Babylon and his purposes that he have proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. And that's what them tiny tops is doing. They're dragging America into this war further. America is trying to find a way out, with this peace plan. Okay, you got Head Self and JD Vance looking like a complete joke, man. All right, JD Vance is talking about, we're ready to start a new relationship with Iran if they're willing to start one with us. And everybody is with this plan. China is with it. All right. The UK is with it. France is with it. Germany is with it. Everyone is with it except for the tiny tops. And whatever the tiny tops say is what goes, man. So America is not going to cut off them tiny tops. They're just not going to do it. Okay, them tiny tops got too much dirt on the American president. They got too much power here, man. They all these senators and governors is bought out by AIPAC. So pretty much them tiny tots is running this bitch. And if it come down to it, they'll take that nigga out, that nigga Nero out. Okay? And have Vince step up. And if his ass don't want to do what them tiny tots want to do, they'll take his ass out. So this is clearly the Lord, man. The Lord is causing this to happen because there is not going to be any peace. This is Obadiah, verse 2. Hold on 1 second. Hello?
A new locate has been assigned to.
Of course.
Ticket accept.
Of course I get a damn emergency. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. All right. This is Obadiah verse 2. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So you Edomites, mainly the ones over here in America, and definitely the ones over there in our land, okay, which is tiny top land right now. Okay, they are greatly despised. The whole world hates you, man. And the whole world see that the tiny tops is the reason why there can be no peace. They're to blame for it. In Babylon, you the only one that's really on their side. You're because even India is now supporting this peace plan. And we know Modi, met up with BB, and BB was dressed just like Modi. They're trying to be cool, which India is a part of BRICS. So that was, that was very disloyal what they did. Them fucking Elamites, they playing both sides. But I saw Modi put up a post on X talking about how they support this peace plan. So them tiny tops, they're about to destroy it, man. So you're greatly despised. It says, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. So we know who this is talking about. This is talking about Esau, Edom. Because the Edomites dwelt where? In Mount Seir, which when you look up Mount Seir, is Petra today, which is in, south of Jordan. Okay. And it's in caves, but they also dwelt in the Caucasus Mountains as well. Okay. So this is talking about you Edomites, okay, you so-called white people. The pride of your heart have deceived you, because they actually thought that Iran would be another Venezuela operation. They thought they could take out the leadership. They thought that, pretty much they would take out the leadership. It would be a regime change. They would aid in the people in the streets revolting against the Ayatollah, okay? Because, they was using Starlink to get internet access in, okay? And, they thought they were going to put in a puppet regime and that, they would run Iran and them tiny tots would become the superpower of the so-called Middle East, okay? And then, there's many other reasons why they wanted this, because China is the biggest purchaser of Iranian oil. If they had took down and took over Iran, they would have had power over China in a sense. But, they wasn't going to allow that to happen. All right? China and Russia was not going to allow a regime change. If it got to that point, they would have stepped in before it happened. Okay? But the whole world can see Iran has won this war. So something big is about to happen to keep it going. Okay? And it's going to drag in these different world powers. All right? It says, whose habitation is high, because Esau is ruling right now. That self in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? That's how these devils think. They think they're going to rule forever. It says that in the Psalms. Psalms 40. Matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. And I don't want to make this video too long, especially since I just got that emergency. This is Psalms 49:11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names. So these Edomites, they think that they're going to rule forever. Okay? But you're not going to rule forever. The Lord, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai, is bringing you down, man. The Lord built you up. This is the most technologically advanced kingdom of all the heathens. But the heavenly technology that Yahweh Shai is coming with is going to make this shit look like hand-me-down Legos, man. Because nothing you got is going to stop the angelic force, man. The angelic army that's coming to take you down. Yahweh Shai is coming to take down all the kingdoms of the earth, man. That's why Revelation, the 19th chapter, it says on his head were many crowns. In 1 Corinthians, the 15th chapter, it goes into he shall put down all rule and authority. Okay? There will be no joint rulership with these heathens. All these heathens are going into slavery, beginning with the elites of Esau, Edom. Okay? So they say, who shall bring me down to the ground? Once again, the Lord is going to bring you down to declare his name, just like in ancient Egypt. Because at that time, the whole world knew what happened to those Egyptians. All right? Even in the account where the Israelites brought out the Ark of the Covenant and they shouted with a shout that it say it shook the whole earth, the Philistines was like, this is the God of the Hebrews. This is the God that took down the Egyptians. They acknowledged it. The whole world knew the name of the Most High Yahweh when that went down. The heathens knew. So the Lord is about to do that again. This is Romans 9:17. For the scripture saith unto Pharaoh, even for this same purpose have I raised thee up, that I might shew my power in thee, and that my name might be declared throughout all the earth. So the Lord built Esau up to flex his name when he destroyed his ass. The Most High created his own enemy, man. Because you Edomites, you are an enemy to the Lord. And you're going to know his vengeance and his fury when he takes you down and when he uses us, Lord willing, we're of the elect. Because it begins with the elect of Israel, okay? When he uses us to enslave you and beat you and put you in 1,000 years of hardcore slavery as your judgment, you're going to know how the Heavenly Father feels about you when he uses us to do that, okay? Because it says, they shall know my anger and my fury and my vengeance. by the hand of my people Israel. So the Lord is going to use his people to do it, beginning with the elect. All right, and his name will be declared throughout all the earth. So jumping back, verse 4, though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars, which the eagle is Esau's bird. Okay, you look on the back of the dollar bill, there's the eagle. Okay, even the Roman Empire used the eagle. All right, different Edomite kingdoms used the eagle. Okay, even in Petra, okay, which is Mount Seir. All right, there's an eagle. So, you Edomites, you're exposed, man. Okay, and the eagle has a proud look, and Esau is proud. And he set his nest among the stars with his satellites, because this devil, he does have, weaponized satellites as well, where he can call down fire from heaven. And that's in Revelation. How Esau, they can pretty much, roughly paraphrasing, they could bring fire from heaven, via missiles, satellites. All right. It's a reason why they're proud, man, why they think they can beat the Lord, man. Okay. It says, thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. And that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom in real time. This nigga is on his way out, man. It's over for this nigga. There's nothing he can do to stop his downfall. Hold on 1 second. 1 second, bear with me. Bear with me. Let me close this ticket out. Bear with me. Almost done. Yeah, why did she put that emergency on my board? Okay, she took it off my board. Good. Trying to put shit on my board. What's wrong with you? All right. Yeah, so, in real time, we're witnessing the downfall of Esau, Edom. All right. And they're celebrating their 250 years, which historians say an empire has about 250 years before it falls. And the whole world can see that America is an empire in decline. China has acknowledged it. All right. Even different analysts I listen to can see that America is an empire in decline, man. All right. Which is not even, it is Babylon the Great, because this place will be destroyed and wiped off the face of the earth. But all you Edomites are in a decline, because the Russians are Edomites for the most part. And guess what? They going into slavery. All right, different European, nations are Edomites. All right, you got Edomites all over the world, man. Okay, so all you Edomites are going down. Okay, let me grab this in Sirach, one of my favorite scriptures, man. Sirach 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in mine heart to be happy, and the 10th I will utter with my tongue, a man to have joy of his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. And we can't have joy of our children here. We'll get that in the kingdom. All right, but we're in real time seeing the fall of our enemy, man. The fall of Esau, Edom. Okay, he's our number one enemy, but behind him, we seeing the fall of the heathens. The curses is slapping the heathens, man. Okay, all the signs is on the wall, man, that this nigga Esau is done. The curses is getting on him. The curses is getting on these other heathens as well. All right, their women is openly saying how they want the Jake, man. They want us. All over the world, man. I came across a video yesterday. These Edomite women in Poland, man, attractive women, and I love their accent, was saying they wish it was more Jake men out there, and they hate their men. Their men are racist and boring. And one chick, she was like, she want to move to California to be around Jake men. So a lot of these heathen women all over the world is in that same mindset. and you know, they're going to be ready for the taking. You know, when the elect come down from the fathership to take the earth, which it says in Daniel the seventh chapter, the saints shall take the earth and possess it forever and ever. When that time come, hey, a lot of these heathen women, hey, they gonna be down, man. They gonna see us as gods. They really gonna bow down then. Because we got to bring back the 2/3. We got to replenish our nation. Just like during the time of, you know, when all Israel went to war with Benjamin. All right. Benjamin, hey, they had to repopulate, man. They had to, you know, get the daughters of Shiloh and you know, repopulate their tribe. Hey, we're gonna bring the tribes back, man. Those, you know what I'm saying, the 2/3 that die here, we're gonna bring them back. All right, quickly, man, because we're gonna have a lot of sex in the kingdom. Unlike this wicked ass world, where you know, Esau, he got it all fucked up. Women are supposed to pick who they want to sleep with, who they want to date, who they want to be with. Ain't gonna be like that in the kingdom, man. The father is gonna give away his daughter. All right. And, you know, the Israelite man, hey, these heathen women, we just gonna have them, man, because we gonna have their men in slavery. All right. So we gonna have our way with their daughters, man. All right. But not to, you know, get off topic. We're in real time seeing the fall of Esau, Edom. Okay. So, you know, this is a beautiful time, man. And I'm expecting this war to resume this week, Lord willing. I'm expecting them tiny tots to do something big, which there's reports of a drone attack in Lebanon. We're going to see if it's true or not. All right. But them tiny tots, they made it clear that they're not with this Iranian peace plan. And they're not going to stop fighting in Lebanon. So this is going to further escalate this war, which is what they need, because they want to destroy the economy anyway and set up this digital blockchain system. Okay. But, you know, this is beautiful, man. So I'm going to end it with 2nd Esdras 9. All right, this 2nd Esdras chapter 9. Go straight to the point. Verse 5. For like as all that is made in the world have a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So the end of this place is manifest. All right, the writing's on the wall, man. The dollar is through. The curses is hitting Esau, Edom. His woman wants to Jake, man. The whole world can see they lost the war with Iran, but them tiny tots want to keep it going. So they're going to drag America into this war further, which will escalate into the War of Armageddon, a.k.a. World War III. Okay, and, you know, from there, they're going to push the Charagma at some point, and Yahweh Shai is going to come and gather the elect. And that's all she wrote. That's the end of Esau, man. You know, that's the end of him ruling, because he's going straight into captivity. All right? So, Lord willing, this was an edifying video. With that, I'm going to say shalom.